GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
Been living in together, so it's more or less the same thing. I don't see, except I see this red recording dot on the forehead all the time.
Red recording dot, he calls it.
There was a few minutes where the setup was being changed, so the pundits were doing these things. And just me, तो क्या करते हैं? Like, चलो नाचते. तो someone played some music, started dancing there.
During the
On
the
some
mandap?
Because we
in
all
the
were
mandap on
waiting.
some techno music.
Yeah, some techno music. He
We were
loves
just dancing.
techno music.
Even when I proposed, I don't know if you know of it. I proposed her. Along with that, the second proposal went to her brother and her mother. Ki, would you accept me as your son or would you accept me as your sala? The wedding card said Divya's wedding featuring Apurva.
Wow!
It was his idea.
Yeah, I self-invited myself.
It gave you a label of a gold digger. I'm pretty
Right.
sure you've read all of that. Does it
Right.
bother you?
कहता ये लड़की इसको जो सब गोल्ड डिगर बोलते हैं and then I ran towards the stage to take the mic out and I was like, you will not talk about it. When it was out, people were like, wow. And that decision, when I made it by myself, I think that was the point when I'm like, हाँ ये मेरा पक्का decision है. इसके आगे पीछे मस्ती हो, मजाक हो, तमाशा, I don't care.
But was it difficult for you at that point, Divya, because you were already in a relationship?
Oh, she's been
Happy
pregnant
higher
since the proposal.
Since the proposal, yeah.
Go back. That time also she's pregnant. Now also she's perpetually pregnant. I think we are going to deliver an elephant or something.
And he's like, Divya, yaar, as husband and wife, I expect you to share everything that we both are experiencing. Like, I tell you everything, right? I thought, what? I don't know what's serious. I'm like, kya? मैंने तो सब बताया हुआ क्या? He's like, no, Divya, you did not tell me this thing. I'm like, what? Like, you're pregnant and didn't tell me.
Well, I know that you have waited for this episode for the longest time. So have I. And well, for the second episode of Pillow Talk on Galatta, India, actually Divya Agarwal, who's just gotten married, joined me for our first ever interview post-marriage with Apurva. Thank you for doing this, guys.
Thank you so much.
Happy is a couple when love actually meets the destination that it sets out for. I always say this, and you guys just got married, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it was such happy pictures. जहाँ पे मैंने दिव्या को बोला कि दिव्या के हर पिक्चर में दिव्या की बत्ती सी बाहर आ गया. All the pictures were like that, and it only goes on to show that you are really, really content with life.
Right.
You know, usually we come to the marriage much later and we ask about the first impression. But I want to ask you before we go into that, how was the marriage? Has it sunk in? Because you just got married like a week ago.
Oh, it's been a week already? I didn't realize.
I think so far as we know, nothing has changed. It just makes us feel more elevated, like more committed, more subtle. I don't know. It's just a combination of something we are experiencing, and it's nice. It's very serene.
What about you?
Well, we've been living in together, so it's more or less the same thing. I don't see, except I see this red recording dot on the forehead all the time.
Red recording dot, he calls it.
Yeah, she keeps remembering everything. So, yeah, everything else remains more or less the same.
You know, but it's not been easy for you guys, especially from the time you started dating. You know, sometimes what happens is you both are in love, but because you guys are also celebrities and people have so much of scrutiny, there's a lot of perspective that people have, the public has. How does it make you feel with the love that you're getting for the ever since you announced the marriage? Because everybody was waiting for that day. I know that last time we spoke, you have been wanting to get married for a really, really long time. How does it make you feel?
I'll split to half. The first half is, I wouldn't say it was difficult for us. It was easy for us. It was difficult for people to accept it. So for us, it was not difficult. And when it comes to the second half of the question, please
See
do
now,
not.
if you know now, you know
He's
now.
sad.
It's just like, it's just the things that made me feel very complicated, very difficult to understand with myself. That's the whole point of, earlier I was in a constant fight with people to prove something, that this is what I believe, this is what I want, this is how I am. I mean, I was just like impressing that this is how I am, this is how I am. And it was more of talking about it. I think with him, I've realized you don't need to talk about anything, what you're doing, how you're doing it. And, the people who are at the mature side, like, when he always tells me now, when you'll come to the mature side, you'll understand things better.
From the time I have known her, it's always people with the personality type that she has. People often have labels attached to that kind of personality. It's not about the person, it's about the personality traits, you know. How difficult or easy was it for you to take her out of that? Because there were points even 1.5, 2 years ago where she used to get really bothered by everything that used to get to her, you know, that used to come at her, the kind of brickbats that she's gone through.
So my biggest fight in then was not stopping people from trolling or saying things. They have every right to their opinion, so they should say it. My worry was she getting affected with it,
Yeah.
which was very uncalled
That's the
for.
only fight, actually.
So I'm like, it doesn't make sense. You don't need to fight. Uh, if you fight, it's a very different battlefield. If you're arguing, that the other person gets convinced. Someone just wants to put you down. They don't want to know the truth. So whatever you say, they're going to come up with something else all the time. So just let go. I mean, why are you even trying to take away your peace for someone sitting in some corner of the planet with a fake picture and talking about things which makes no difference to your life technically? Just wish the best for them. I hope someday they understand and they stop emitting those negative energies, because that's the better for them. For us, it's the same, and I think now she's realized it with time.
Yeah,
how-
because, yeah, when the inner life is, you know, like sorted, happy, you don't have to worry about what's going inside your house. You're calm, you have peace. I think my connection with social media has also gone a little farther now. You know, like I live in the real world more than in the real
It'll it'll be a very funny sight to see a tigress trying to chase a drunk rabbit. Just let go, he's drunk.
Let's forget the trolls, but I want to say that because you've been privy to that side of her where she used to get really affected. In the beginning, did it take a lot of time and work from your end, effort from your end to make her understand?
It took a lot of patience, because I knew and I could see from a macro point of view that what she was doing was affecting her, not the other people. And it just make me felt helpless. Ki, why isn't she understanding something which is so small? And whatever she's commenting or letting go of her piece is very futile. It's very negligible. So it took me a lot of patience for me to understand, no, it's going to be her course of journey, when eventually she's going to realize, no matter how much I try and tell her, that it's a negligible thing, she won't. So it just took me a lot of patience to get to the point where I realized no. And that also made me patient. So that credit gives to her.
Were you
It
not
made me
patient?
patient.
Were you
Not
not
as
patient?
much as I am today. Definitely not.
Oh, but now this brings me to this question. Where was the first time? When was the first time that you guys met, and where did you guys meet? What did you guys think of each other the first time you met? I want to know. First impression क्या था?
First impression.
कहाँ पे मिले थे?
He was a gentleman.
Yeah, in one of my restaurants, we were hosting a pageant which was Miss New Bombay. A friend of mine was organizing it, and we used to always host it. And she was the winner. So that was the first time she had come down.
Oh, wait.
Which is
Which is
कौन से साल रे?
2015.
बाप रे 9
Right,
साल?
yeah.
For me, I had a perception of a beauty pageant walking in with a crown and a stash and all this thing. And this woman walks in with a denim and a zipper and just being calm. So I was like, wow, that is defining.
Relatable, simple.
Yeah, that's very relatable. And that's not the typical one. That was my first impression of her, of being very down to earth, very decent, not being a typical bimbet. She knew what she was saying. Good to have conversations with, and extremely decent, right from the way she walked till the way she danced. So that's my first impression. I still have that picture in my head with the yellow zipper on her. That was my first impression about her.
Right.
What was your first impression of him?
So he was very uptight, okay, very upright and like a gentleman. And he didn't tell anybody, like he never walked around in his restaurants telling people, I'm the owner. I probably nobody will ever know also. Like, you know, when I remember some of my friends, they had some issue in his restaurant, and then they said, can we speak to the manager? And then he's like, yes, I'm the manager, tell me. So, like, you know,
Oh, wow.
he listens to the opinions like that. He will never like. So I knew that quality about him because he was pretty famous in.
And the episode which she told me about was before the pageant.
Before
I didn't
the
know of
pageant.
this. I don't have no memory
I
of
didn't
this.
know of him. Like just random friends telling me that we went to this restaurant, and the owner, the manager comes. He looks more like a owner than a manager. And then, you know, like they were talking about his body, and then he was pretty famous in New Bombay that way. So I'm like, acha, haan, theek hai.
And yet she calls me gentleman.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he is. Oh, he is.
It's okay.
that
9 साल हो गए उसमें.
That is okay. In fact, yeah. So then he met me and then he's like, yeah, hi, I'm Apurva. And I said, yeah, I'm Divya. So I said, you're the manager of this place, right? Because the way they describe him, he's like, yeah. So I said, okay. And then after a few days, I get to know that he owns the restaurant and he was not behaving like the way a restaurant owner should be. It's quite decent, simple. Like, and one thing I remember, you would always tell me, get your parents here. Like usually what people
Yeah.
say, like get your friends here, get your friends here. For me, get your parents here. You know, I like to, host them for a good dinner or something.
How sweet.
So yeah, that was my first impression.
But Divya, the shadi pictures, I have seen the shadi videos. There are memories that you've created, and there is a point where your brother actually, I think it was a chura,
Yeah,
or is it the haldi?
Chura.
Where your brother gets really emotional, right?
Right.
And did you meet her father? Did you
Of
get
course,
to meet
yes,
Oh,
yes, I know
okay.
that.
So, are you happy that at least, I know the kind of importance your father holds in your life. He couldn't be there, but he's possibly blessing you from above. That's why
Right.
you've achieved that sense of contentment in life. But are you happy that he actually got to meet your father
Yeah.
before him passing away?
Yes, 100%. And I'm glad that he met me at that time during the setting where I was not the kind of a force in the house. I was just a simple college going girl who had dreams and who had a little bit of liking towards him. My father could see that. And in that setting, he's met him. It was not like now, if I would have made him meet my father, it would have been a totally game changer. It would have
Absolutely.
been like, oh, my daughter, yes, she's established, she is, she mature. Us time pe mile the. And then that time, my father was very happy that, I hang around with the kind of friends that I have. He always had an opinion about each and every parent has, right?
That's true.
That's true, right? All your
Everybody, and they're
parents,
possibly
want
right.
it. Yeah, they're possibly right now. Earlier we used to think, yaar, kya bakwas kar
But
rahe ho?
pata chal jata hai eventually in life.
So yeah, and then my parents always had good things to say about him. And then when I used to tell them that, oh, I'm going out with him, I'm going out here, and they would be happy. And once in one of the parties, my dad's 25th anniversary, so I invited him, and I was quite busy hosting people around, and he went up to my dad and he said something. And then when dad came home, he's like, there's this friend of yours, Apurva. He's a very nice man. I said, what happened? He said something which nobody has ever told me in my entire life. And then, ऐसा क्या बोल दिया? What has he said? And then you have to say what you said to him.
Well, so dad apparently carried a aura of being a terror. People,
Yeah,
the friends
he
used to be very
was.
scared of him.
He was.
Yeah, they just be literally scared of him. And at the same time, I just went and told him, I said, you know what, listen, you really have raised your daughter really well. It's very difficult to raise a daughter the way you have raised. I see a lot of people because of my profession, and I see a lot of drunk women. So even in their most vulnerable state, I've seen her
Even
taking
when
good care of
drunk.
herself.
So you have actually seen her in her most vulnerable as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, of course.
That time as well.
I know her when she was nothing, so I've seen her struggle all the way.
But
So-
वहाँ पे that memory, that moment where your brother actually breaks down is actually every brother at their sister's
Right.
wedding. But it's also very important when you have a brother, for you to see that your brother likes the man in your
Right,
life. So what kind of a
right.
bond do they share? And did it make you happy when you feel that they are like very close?
It's very funny. I think earlier he had a little this ego tiff, because it comes across as a very strong personality. My father was a strong personality. So my brother, like in the way of making himself that kind of guy, he bumps in. So he was a little taken aback a little bit earlier. But now when he's understood the kind of guy he is, and he's also made him feel so welcome and nice, I think now he looks up to him in some manner, like कि हाँ, एक महीने तो ये मेरी बहन को संभाल रहा है, मतलब बहुत
Well, yeah, because this crying episode happened probably during the
You
haldi
weren't
time, and
there.
I wasn't
Haldi,
there.
you weren't.
Ironically, when the delivery happened, the bidai, they were laughing. That made me wonder, like, why are they so happy about it? The brother, like, he gave me that slide.
And all were
Like,
teasing me, and they were like, वो जो वो फेंकते हैं ना वो पीछे विदाई के वक्त हम लोग में फेंकते हैं ऐसे पीछे
चावल
उसमें
ना?
चावल
Yeah.
या कुछ भी धन फेंकते हैं धान तो उसमें usually all the women in the weddings you see they all crying
Crying.
and everything I turned back and everybody's like with full wide mouths the way I was laughing, same way. So that's what I was talking to my friends that I'm like in every picture I don't have one decent smiling face.
No, I told you that.
Everywhere. You also messaged me. पूरी बत्तीसी like हाल के बोलता है दिव्या तूने enjoy किया तेरी शादी. I'm like, yeah, there's not even one photo where I'm like smiling decently.
It's nice.
I know it's nice. It's funny for me.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I feel like sometimes when you know and you want that perfect picture, I think you curb your emotions a little bit. You feel like, okay, मेरे इतना ना दिखे ये ना हो, but the best pictures are the ones which are genuinely candid, not like pretend candid. It's like taken like when you're really, really happy. And I saw that. I saw the pictures bustling with happiness. I saw the videos.
Right.
But which is your favorite moment from the wedding, if you had to pick one each?
Wow. I think the mandap, like.
Yeah, it was during the Fairas for sure.
Fairas, yeah.
I think in between the Fairas, after the Fairas and before the Vedi started, there was a few minutes where the setup was being changed. So the Pandits were doing these things. And just me, तो क्या करते हैं? Like, चलो नाचते हैं. So someone played some music, started dancing there.
During the
On
the
some,
mandap?
Because we
in
all
the
were
mandap on
waiting.
some techno music.
Yeah, some techno music. He
We were
loves
just
techno
dancing.
music.
Oh, fab!
Yeah, so we were just waiting for the Pandit ji to, do the setup. Ab, हाँ ये हो गया छोटी
It's celebration. It's a marriage. We do it the way we want.
We
Absolutely,
started
that's
laughing.
true. I agree.
And our Pandit ji also were very cool. He was very cool. So we also like he was also looking at us like, हाँ, let them have fun, let them enjoy.
Which was your favorite moment, you said?
I think the sindoor and the Mangalsutra part, because like I purposely did not wear a mang tika like usually everybody wears a mang tika, right? And Sohail, you know, right?
Yeah.
So it was like दी एक mang tika तो लगा लो दी यार खाली खाली लग रहा है ऐसा लग रहा है. So I'm like नहीं ये खाली ही रहेगा. He will just have to put it up there. And nobody's gonna come in the middle or do my setting of how do I look, is the dupatta again placed properly or not. And then I'm gonna keep it empty so that he just has to go for it. Doesn't have to wait for it. Like I couldn't even give that waiting time. So like there were very small nuances in the wedding where I, like kind of really thought of doing things with heart. Like the Varmala, just a night before the wedding, I got some flowers and I was making our own Varmala. And both the Varmalas were kept, like meri jo friend hai, Audrey. So she got the nice fancy ones Varmala already. So she didn't know, like she didn't have any idea. Matlab abhi order kar diya, aane de. So we kept both the Varmalas. So we thought that we'll be using the ones which I made all night. Like सुबह 5 बजे उठ के मैंने वरमाला बनाई है. So it was like हाँ पर वो भूल
खुद की वरमाला खुद बनाई है?
खुद बनाई थी मैंने हाँ.
Oh, wow.
तो इसको मिली ही नहीं ऊपर.
See, that's how she's calmed down because the older Divya would have the audacity to remarry me again on the same day just because her Varmala was not used.
Because you guys have been living in for a really long time, when you decided to live in, not because abhi tak to sabko used to ho gaya hoga, everybody's used to, his family might be used to
Right.
you, your family might be used to him, and you get to know your nuances also, you get to know your positives and you also get to know your negatives when you stay together. But I want to know that when was that point where you felt like your families have completely accepted this union of two families that have happened?
So I think his family was very much happy.
And it never happened overnight. The living never
yeah.
happened
Yeah.
overnight. Some days I should. So I stay like about 5
5
minutes away
away.
from here, like my parents
Yeah.
do. So I used to sometimes I stay here, sometimes. So it's like slowly, gradually, that's how
Yeah.
she used the witchcraft
It
on
will-
me and completely took over.
Now it's gonna become another meme. Before, disclaimer, it's a joke, guys.
This is got to be cropped. In the
No,
meme.
I'm not gonna crop it.
in the meme, this is got
What
to
did
be
I
cropped.
tell you before? Oh, in the meme
Before-
it could be.
Yeah, right. It's okay now. I'm very much used.
You're
to it.
only okay.
We
Meme
all
bunny.
are used to
Meme
it.
bunny.
And you are very much used to it now.
Yeah, I am so. When you speak about, like, when he says that everybody takes things out of context, I saw this interview that you had done with, I think, Anmol and Amrita.
Right.
And you both spoke your heart out.
Right.
And then there were bits taken off that interview where you spoke about, I knew him for so many years.
Right,
And
right.
I really liked him, but I didn't feel that sense. But when I actually felt it, I discussed it with my friend, and then he came and showed us his house and everything. And you must have said it in a matter of fact way. But,
Right.
it also gave you, I want to ask both of you, you dealt with it and he also dealt with it along with you.
Right.
It gave you a label of a gold digger. I'm pretty
Right.
sure you've read
Yeah.
all of that. Does it
Right.
bother you? Because sometimes people don't see the love. They're genuinely looking for those one line two lines to label people and label their relationship, which is possibly right now in the social media world.
Right.
That's what happens. Did that bother you at all?
So like, if you would have come for the cocktail party, there was this time where, our both very close friend Vishal Aditya Singh, takes the mic and like, मुझे कुछ बोलना है तुम दोनों के बारे में. You know how he talks, right? मुझे तुम दोनों के बारे में कुछ बोलना है. कहता है ये लड़की, इसको जो सब गोल्ड डिगर बोलते हैं. And then I ran towards the stage to take the mic out, and I'm like, you will not talk about it. And everybody's laughing, all close friends and family. They all are laughing their ass off. Then he's also laughing. I went up to the stage like, nahi ruk, mujhe bolne de. So then he said, nahi, gold nahi yaar, he's a hero, the kind of guy that you have gotten into our lives, Divya. It's exciting. It's so good. All my girlfriends, they say like, they all went up to his parents and said, एक और कहीं बेटा है आपका कहीं पे, थोड़ा सा कहीं पे है, मतलब थोड़ा सा कहीं पे, like Audrey and all those friends of mine.
Then I put them through
love
my father. Like, if he's willing to take the request, it's up to them.
Now it is too late.
You never know. The new generation.
Not about the age gap, but the age gap that would come between your friends and them. That also, 30 years later, who knows?
Who knows?
Who's your grandfather types now?
Then that's why I tell you, you have to spend some time.
I've understood. This is my first meeting. But did it bother you? Because although it was not about you, it involved you in a way where they were speaking badly and ill about your relationship and the starting of that relationship.
Their wish. How can you stop them? It's okay. There are people talking good about it also.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, like, even if the interview touched one life and made someone feel better about their lives, or reconsider their relationship, talking out, more than happy.
There were many messages that came through who said that, when we saw you guys, like taking charge of the situation, not being like, guilty about it, you just, feeling your heart out. There were many people who got, positively, they got things out of it positively. And then that's what made me believe, like if I focus on them more, it's going to make me also feel better. And when you know that you've done something right, I don't think so. That calmness comes like that only, because what happens usually is when you do something and people start pointing at you, कि ये गलत है, ये गलत है. If you have the slightest doubt about your decision that you've made, or even the slightest self-doubt that you have inside you, कि शायद मैंने गलत किया है, then the aggravation starts. Then you feel like, shit, मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए था. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have gotten into this relationship. All of those things, they start coming, they start clouding, and then you tend to make more mistakes. And that's what I think that was my pattern maybe.
Yeah.
That, I used to cloud myself with opinions and then used to think maybe this is right or not. This one, it was all mine. This one, I fought for it like nobody's business. Nobody even knew about it. Nobody didn't even care about it when it was out. People were like, wow. And that decision, when I made it by myself, I think that was the point when I'm like, हाँ ये मेरा पक्का decision है. इसके आगे पीछे मस्ती हो, मजाक हो, tamasha, I don't care.
But was it difficult for you at that point, Divya, because you were already in a relationship and then you met him, you knew him for so many years.
Yeah.
To come to that decision at that point, even coming to that decision would have been difficult. Liking him possibly wouldn't have been.
Now I think it's been 2-3 years about it. And we don't even think about it anymore, because it's been 2 years now. We feel like we are together since past 20 years. The way we understand. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 years feel like 20 years.
The 2 years feels like 20 years. And still it feels like maybe 2 hours at times. So, there have been times when both of us are just sitting at home and just scrolling our Instagram. And when something interesting comes, we show it to each other. We laugh about it and we go back to our phones. We read together. He's put me in a habit of reading. And I think that's the story. Whatever happened, however happened, right now when we both look at it, we feel like we won some sort of battles, because the battles which was only mine were only showcased outside. Even he had a lot of battles in his life.
True.
In other aspects of life, in my career, in his career, with our families, there were so many issues. So looking at a whole as a problem, we have overcome a lot of things. That includes everything. So now it's like being married, it just feels like, wow. Imagine who could have thought of all the drama that has been created around the world. Like, God is the best script writer, I must say.
At that point, when all this was happening, it wouldn't have been an easy road.
Right.
To love him was not a task. To accept it given that you're a public figure, given that your previous relationship was in public space so much, especially at that point after Big Boss and everything, how difficult was it for you to accept it within that no, this is not what I want and this is possibly what I want? And how much did you know that you will get judged for it regardless?
It wasn't. It wasn't. As I said, it was. This was the first time that I did something which my gut knew. You always listen to your gut. You should know what you're doing. And as you've met him, I think the whole point of marriage was this, you have to be ready together for the world, you have to be, you're a team, you're the best teammate, you're running together, one of you can't just walk.
True.
Both have to run, and then it was not difficult while taking the decision. I think it was just bothering me as we are tuned to the society, we are tuned to, live in something, but luckily I've had good set of people around me, my friends, my family. They knew what I'm doing. They were okay. If you see the wedding pictures, I think most of the people who had attended the wedding, it was not just my battisi which was visible. It was everybody's battisi around visible. So I think that's an achievement. When today people ask me, what have you earned? I say we both have earned good
Each other
people.
and also good people.
Good people. Each other we were very sure about. But we both have actually earned good people. And the way they love us just makes us feel like, bas yahi to hai na, that's all we need in life, right? So,
but your family has always been close to everybody. You've been that open person with your family, always, with whoever you have been with. And you've been open in front of media, you've been open, you've accepted every part of your life that way. A lot of actors don't do that. You might not have spoken about your issues or discussed your issues with your family as much, maybe with your friends. That's what usually I'm just assuming.
Right.
So in the beginning, when you decided on this, was there any kind of resentment or suggestions from especially your mom and your brother, because they were also equally close to the other person?
No, I think they are always very ready for Divya kuch to alag karna hi. Divya always goes opposite to the force. Like she always has something else, and probably I think I would consider myself like I can foresee things for myself, maybe, I can understand what is better for me. And my family, my friends, my mother, my brother, no matter how much their opinions match to me or they don't match, they always know one thing, that she'll never do wrong for herself. She'll always come out of it, like she'll always do right for herself. Bhale wo duniya ke liye kitna bhi galat ho. So yeah, they were all supportive. Are you sleepy like them?
Not at all.
But both of you must have had everybody, when you are in a relationship and something doesn't work out, that there's a part of you that's taken away, and there's also a lesson that you learn which you try to follow in your next relationship. Sometimes you end up following it, sometimes you don't end up following it. You make the same mistakes because you're still in love with the other person. But I want to know, what is your past relationship? Is there a baggage that you carry which you guys had to fix for each other, maybe? The kind of healing that you had to do for each other?
Any baggages?
From your past relationship, we don't know about yours. We know about hers for sure.
That's the journey from the closet to the media. I'm a very private person. She's very public about her life. What I have, I don't see scars in anything. Every person or every human that always came into my life never did anything bad to me. So I wouldn't like to call it scars. It was a learning lesson which was needed, which actually taught me certain things. Not then, that time I didn't like it. But when I look back at the things that I experienced then, has probably made me what I am. And I give credit to every single past relationship or the person that has come into my life, because that is what made me today as a great husband, as a great human for my partner. All that credit comes, someone has contributed definitely to make me this wise.
I agree. What about you?
That's what exactly. And then as he said, he always told me that, कोई बात नहीं ना, ये तो तूने देख ये चीज अच्छी तो सीख के आई, ये चीज अच्छी हुई है.
Yeah, always none of your exes or anyone in this past was bad. You didn't match that point of time.
But when you say that you have difference of opinions, as partners, you always don't have to agree on certain on everything, right? I want to know what kind of fights do you guys do? अब मेरा थोड़ा मसाला आएगा इसमें कि देखिए झगड़ा, अब बहुत मसाला था, पर ये तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ जानबूझ के मसाला आएगा कि दिव्या के साथ झगड़ा. मुझे जानना है, do you even win an argument with her? Do you?
Say anything here.
Do you?
I'm not gonna say anything here.
So
We both fight like warriors. Both
Both?
of them. Both of them. Like when our friends are so shocked that both of us come with such alpha energies that at times it becomes very difficult. At times we are a team against like everybody. At times we are against each other. It's like it's a force, all right. But the love is also equally that high. But in arguments,
yeah, even fights.
he wins.
Yes. Arguments, I win.
Why are you slurring like that? Shut up.
So when it comes to fights, I have a superpower. After we have been fighting for like about 15 minutes, I have absolutely no memory what we are fighting for.
Yeah.
It has diagrams from one top to the other. Somebody are trying to prove
Doesn't
something
remember.
else. And then I go back like, एक minute, like, किसके बारे में बात कर रहे थे? And then that suddenly I'm like, अच्छा तो. There I go like.
Then so what happens usually? We go on a peak. We're fighting, arguing, all right. And then suddenly he's asking me, अच्छा वो, but I can't remember what was the point that we were fighting.
किसके लिए झगड़ रहे थे हम लोग?
किसके लिए झगड़ रहे थे? And I'm like, you don't remember the point? Why were we laughing? He's like, नहीं बता ना, जल्दी बता, जल्दी. And then you did this and I did this and then this happened. And like, तो.
Yeah, in the middle of the
And
fight.
then he starts being funny.
Yeah, in the middle of the fight,
And
बस
then
मैं
you're
थक गया.
laughing.
I'm like मैं थक गया. I am the boss of the house and I'm actually saying this with her permission. So, so that's how it
He
works.
loves
I
using
can't
all
believe
this.
this that you.
He loves using all this. Now and I've become really soft, I'm telling you. I've
कि
become
इतना आया,
really...
इतना क्या? कैसे आया?
It's with him, Nayan. It's with him, genuinely. I'm like that. I'm the same threshold, Divya Agarwal, what I was earlier with others.
You don't have it.
With others, yes. Somewhere
Okay,
and
with him you
somewhere.
don't.
But then, the beauty is, he will let me do that also.
Divya के सामने he said it and she has not even uttered a
No,
word.
no.
Yeah, I'm saying it with her permission. No?
Oh, with her permission. Oh, with her permission.
That's
When
what
was the
I
last
bought.
time you guys fought? And about what?
Before the wedding.
About what? Don't even ask.
Before the wedding.
What?
Yeah. What was it about?
I don't remember.
See, we are contagious. At least I am contagious.
This one also, I have become like him only, then I also don't remember.
Before the wedding as in शादी से मतलब
शादी की तैयारियों में यार, that basic fighting of what we like, ये कैसा वो कैसा, and the menu, we were like fighting over the menu.
You were fighting over the menu?
हाँ कि मतलब he was like कि ऊपर इतनी गर्मी होगी, don't get so much of gas and everything on the top, we'll keep
He's
it
right.
light.
I fight with technical
But
problems.
I'm
So
like, no,
I'm more utility.
but if you're doing a South Indian menu, how can we only keep idlis? Then we have to keep dosa also. गरम डोसा ही अच्छा लगता है.
Agreed.
हाँ.
Logical.
तो हम दोनों का लॉजिक सही है, पर
कहाँ
we
बोलूं
can't.
मैं सही
मैं
और
मतलब
गलत
गर्मी
बात।
एक दिन गर्मी नहीं सहन कर सकते लोग. मत पहन के आओ इतना हैवी.
शादी में
नहीं यार, नहीं पहनो हैवी
खुद
यार.
भी तो heavy पहना होगा.
नहीं, हमारे दोनों के कपड़े इतने लाइट थे. I told Ken, I'm like, Ken, I want the lightest outfit I could ever wear in a bridal setting. Ken ने सारे डिजाइन किए थे. I gave him 2 conditions. एक light होना चाहिए. I don't want embroidery, nothing at all. That embroidery makes the lehenga and his also sherwani and everything. एक तो इसका problem ये है, if he wears a sherwani or anything, he can't lift his hand. इससे ज़्यादा.
बस.
Yeah, I'm a little too broad on the shoulder. So
तो इससे ज़्यादा होता नहीं है. Once I got him a nice kurta. He did this. इधर से पूरा फट गया. In the middle of the puja.
ये सबके कपड़े फटने के क्यों होते हैं हमारे पिलो टॉक पे?
क्यों?
Ravi and Sargun also said that उसका पैंट फट गया
हाँ.
at his cocktail party.
हाँ.
It's crazy. When was it that you proposed to her and how did you do it? Because we spoke about it briefly in the beginning, like you spoke. But what was it that you planned? Because she must have also constantly nagged you. अब जब पता हो जाता है कि शादी होने वाली है, फिर nagging तो होता है. उसके तरफ से नहीं हुआ ये?
no, that happened on her birthday.
Okay.
On only thing in one of our discussions that we had, or not even discussion, like one of our random talks, she had said, whenever I want to get proposed, it has to be done in front of my close friends and family.
Oh.
So the birthday was the occasion that I got on.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that I captured into. So I said that's the right moment to do it.
Yeah,
And
one of my friend was
I
a
had
little
no script.
Suspicious also.
Yeah, I had
You
no.
were not?
No.
अच्छा, you didn't know.
I will like, he will not. He is not the guy who.
I'm not the proposal kind of a person who like कर रहा है चल रहा कर रहा है शादी कर.
हाँ, he'll be like, क्या propose क्या अभी इसमें? मतलब he used to like talk like that earlier when we knew each other earlier that time. ये क्या नया ये propose कर रहे हैं ये हमारा this our culture is not like this. Why we will do this?
She's more like कुछ होता है, more like दिल चाहता है.
Yeah. So what did you do after that?
So I had no script in my head. I didn't know what I was going to say. I'll just say what my heart feels like. And the biggest fear that I had at that point was not that I would get rejected. My biggest fear was, again, as I said, technical issues. What if the ring doesn't fit? What if the size goes wrong?
He'll always have funny situations in there.
No, but that was really my problem.
That's a technical problem, Mr. Raichan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Fine.
then having this, the entire proposal was, I was like, okay, we'll have a stage, I'll go, I'll propose, and a couple of shots always help. So that's a tip if anyone ever remembers. Shots really help you. They don't help you slur, they help you talk. So, yeah, so I just went down and she didn't let me go down on my knees. She didn't like that. And as I said, I just proposed to her and I said, that's not done. After that, I proposed to her brother and her mother, ki, would you be okay to have me as your brother-in-law and your son? Because it's always a family. That also matters. So yeah, that was like more or less the proposal was.
Yeah.
So how did she react and how did her mum and brother
Oh,
react?
but both of them were very fine and that's how the media exploded. That's where the trolling of my life started. I didn't know what troll expected. I was never a public figure.
He was gifted with the gifts of being a celebrity or dating. Like, I had already warned them, okay, when we started dating. I'm like, listen, dating me is not going to be easy. Marrying me is not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of things, okay? He's like, हाँ ठीक है जान देना.
But जब ये हुआ तब butterflies थे stomach.
Of course, yeah. I couldn't believe that he could do something like that. I told him, like, you know, all your past people would be thinking like, इसने तो कहा था इसको शादी नहीं करनी है. He will never propose. All this was stupid for him. How is he so romantic? He was never romantic. And trust me, people were like changed 360 degrees. All his friends were like, ये कब हुआ? ये सब कब हो रहा है इसका? How has he changed so much? So yeah, not just me who has changed.
I can give you a cover to this interview. A statement that
Shut up.
I don't believe in marriages. I still don't believe in marriages. I believe in marrying her. It's not a blanket marriage. I don't believe in marriages. I believe
You don't
in
believe
getting-
in the institution
Yeah.
of marriage.
I
but
just
you
believe in
in
marrying
staying
her.
with
So if it's not her, I wouldn't still say I don't believe in marriage. I still don't.
You know, after marriage, somebody just said, "Oh, you guys got married. We are also getting married." He's like, "Why?"
Yeah, what's your why? No one has an answer. Try it next time. It works. Try to interviews.
He's
They're
like,
like,
"Why?" I'm like, आपको शर्म आती है? अभी हमने अभी शादी की है 4 दिन पहले आप उसको बोल रहे हो why? तो बोलता है हमारी अलग है, अपनी अलग है. I want to know about them. Like, Apu, you can't say.
I ask this why question to everyone. You know, I say, I want to have kids. Why? They'll be, because I want to have kids. They never have an answer.
Listen, but talking about kids, now that you've seen memes and stories,
Oh my God,
do you
that's a
want to
new
have
story.
kids? First of all, I'm going to ask
We
you.
have seen.
We are just deciding on the breed.
See,
You
lovely
have two
kids.
of them.
We're going to have more.
Huh.
Lots of them.
But human babies?
Human babies.
I don't think we need any more humans on this planet. We have enough of them already.
But have you seen those stories?
Yeah, of course
And-
I've seen. So there's always like whenever I'm at the
Oh, she's
happy
been
high
pregnant
of-
since the proposal.
Since the proposal, yeah.
Go back. That time also she's pregnant. Now also she's perpetually pregnant.
Yeah.
I think we are going to deliver an elephant or something like after 21 months. What?
You're going to get donated to Mantara then.
Guys, like perpetually.
But I want to know, like, listen, how do you manage to
Be pregnant for that long?
Yeah.
Shut up, you guys.
You know, I'll tell you something. So of course, this was a conversation before when I said that I'm doing this interview. So
Right.
some people also told me that I think.
Oh, yeah.
I said, but guys, she's just got married
Yeah.
and she must have gone all out at her wedding, and it's okay. Like, I was in Jim Corbett, I ate to the fullest. Like,
I've been eating only. When I say you that he calls me down for a pani puri, when I say you that he'll take me out for a pav bhaji in the middle of the night.
अरे
12
शादी के
PM.
पहले का झगड़ा किस पे था? खाने के ऊपर से. Everything is about food.
खाने के ऊपर से अब like
but
I
so
don't eat
you are the reason why she's putting on weight and why people are
no
actually
यार
thinking.
मैं खुशी से फूलती जा रही हूँ. I'm fucking happy, so happy. Everybody has been saying तो खुशी से इतना फूल रही है. And I'm like, for once I want to eat. With my partner, with my husband, I want to eat well. I want to have fun. I don't want to think about
And
her.
she made a very beautiful statement, which let me do what she wants is she said, I am an actor, I am not a model. For me, it's okay if I want to enjoy a little food.
Yeah.
I have the privilege to be a little more
Absolutely.
heavier than because
Absolutely.
for me the acting is what matters. I said fair enough.
He is against the idea of marriage. He said that I don't believe in marriage.
Blanket marriage is not.
I don't believe in kids, he said, but you do.
Of
Right.
believing in marriage.
Of believing in kids.
Kids. So see, for me now, kids, it's just not an emotional decision. If you talk about emotions, every mother, everyone needs.
Yeah.
Everyone. But do you really want it? Is the question. You know, it's not like there are certain aspects about it in life. You know, it can't be like, हाँ just because mummy बोल रही है, पापा बोल रहे हैं, you know, सास ससुर बोल रहे हैं, कर लो. You know, all
But you
of
have
that.
the freedom from everybody
Any
around
that
you.
is see that
That's
is
a privilege.
completely all of these facts and the matter of inviting a new life into the world. It cannot be a decision based on only emotions.
True. It's a lot of
It's a
responsibility.
lot of responsibility. That's why it's a decision that is we're not even like thinking and considering right now, because we both are learning so much. As you said, emotionally intelligent. We both always discuss about how things are going to happen in the near future. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
I really want to say anyone who's got married, the first question that the Indian parents or the Indian relatives ask, तो good news कभी मिल रहा है?
हाँ.
You should put your foot down and say, no, we've just got married. We want to explore our life together. I want to travel. I want to do a music festival this year. I want to go someplace. I want to do these things and then I'll consider baby. That's not a clear-cut
Yeah.
flow chart.
Yeah.
You should have the courage to, there's nothing wrong in doing that.
Yeah.
You should really go out and
I
say.
said no, we are conditioned to say
Absolutely.
that we can't say it because what will they think? We are so bothered about लोग क्या सोचेंगे, लोग क्या
No,
कहेंगे
no,
कि हमारी
society
आवाज दब
treats you as
जाती
an
है.
hamster on a pinwheel, on a giant pinwheel. They just run.
We are
around.
clear, like as a couple also tomorrow, like what if we want to take a 6 months break and just go live in Greece?
Yeah.
Just a break, like she doesn't have work, like she's taking a break, I can take a break. 3 months off, I can just want to stay in Greece.
Why not?
we
It's your
can't?
life, it's your choice.
So those are my things, those are the priorities, not having a kid and सारे इसको किधर रखेंगे? उसका school है.
Like the minute we got married, the second question was, "Ab good news कब है?" I'm like, "Are you serious?"
So there were two sides. एक तो good news हो चुकी थी already media के लिए,
हाँ.
that she was already pregnant.
Media नहीं, बेचारे the people.
I mean the social media.
Yeah, the
When I say
social
media, I mean the
yes,
social media
Yes.
and those things. And
Did you laugh over it?
Of course, every time I'm eating something, is it healthy for you to eat? Even if I'm dancing, you can't dance like that, right? I'm like, just shut up, I'm gonna hit you. People are also like fighting niche. Oh, but she has a glass in her hand and she's dancing like that. I don't think so, she's pregnant. No, you can't do that in the pregnancy. You can't walk in heels. And then there are other elevations of about pregnancy that people have. I was like, ये सोचते हैं लोग pregnant औरत के बारे में. This is how they think about a
we
pregnant.
तो फिर laughing आज तू बताना भूल गई क्या मेरे को? I don't even know. Like मुझे busy with the marriage preps maybe.
He suddenly called me very seriously in the middle of an afternoon while he is at work. I know he is at work. I am at work too. And he's like, Divya, yaar, as husband and wife, I expect you to share everything that we both are experiencing. Like, I tell you everything, right? I thought, what? I don't know what's serious. I'm like, क्या मैंने तो सब बताया हुआ क्या? He's like, no, Divya, you did not tell me this thing. I'm like, what? Like, you're pregnant and you didn't tell me. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why are you saying what are comments? But I'm like, shut up! Shut up! Not you, Appu. He's like, it is so funny. Divya, just go once and read the comments. It's very funny.
But that's what matters. And on that note, we'll move on to our next segment. It's
Okay.
called Guilty Shots.
Okay.
If you're guilty, you take a shot.
Achha, of what?
Now we have Divya and Appu only for guilty shots. इस राउंड में क्या करना है? Guilty shots basically मैं situations बोलूँगा जो ज़्यादा guilty है. Like who is busy, who is the one who's more annoying, who is the one who gets irritated quickly. ऐसे मैंने लिखे नहीं है but मैं बोल रहा हूँ. जो भी decision होगा उसमें से पीना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
जो who is most likely to basically.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, who is the more impatient partner? What?
So in small things, he is very impatient. कुछ life का बड़ा कुछ होगा ना, he is the most patient guy you'll ever meet.
Listen, he's more impatient than you are.
Yeah.
I just had the shot because I was impatient. I couldn't wait.
Who's the more unorganized or messy one with things?
You, Jana, you.
I thought we decided it should be you.
No,
That's me.
it's you.
You are the more unorganized one also.
I'm the
Now,
boss of the
very
house.
organized.
remember?
if you see this, I
But
want to
you are
place
very
it,
organized.
I
yeah.
want to place it like
But
this.
that's not called organization. That's called OCD.
Everything, OCD to
OCD
organization. You know what he calls me? He abuses me.
No,
Yeah. Bata?
I just called it OCDK.
OCD
K.
king.
He calls me OCDK.
Oh,
How much of OCDK?
I just got it.
OCDK.
And I am thinking OCD क्यों होगा ना? OCD queen. Okay. I am just so such a nice boy I am. I think I don't get it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Who's the most stubborn one?
Stubborn also him.
Listen, what is happening?
You thought I'll be taking more shots like
This is what I thought for Sargun also, but then Ravi took more shots. So, it's
She's
fine.
not stubborn. She's not going to agree that she's stubborn.
So that means.
Fine, we take
But
both
you
of
are
us.
stubborn.
Both of us take.
Divya,
half
but
a
you are
shot.
stubborn.
I am stubborn, yes, I agree.
But you think he's more stubborn than
he's
you?
more stubborn. He's
You
a
think-
Tauran.
Excuse me, you just did a personal attack.
You are also
Now
a
I
Tauran.
know why we are
You are
fighting
also a
each other.
Tauran. Oh my God.
Now you're
Tauran.
minority. Did you realize what
You
happened?
unfortunate. We are just headstrong. It's
See,
not
see.
stubborn. We are just
This is what I'm
We are
talking
just headstrong. No?
See, we are at a level where people don't understand.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes.
It's okay.
What, And she's very smartly put the
Put the
coffee
thing back,
down.
yeah.
No, have it because
Fine.
you are
Now you both
Half,
are
half.
Tauran.
Chalo.
You both are so stubborn on having me shots. So
just shut up. You can give half to it. You can have. Taurians
Yeah.
are headstrong. It's you can't help it.
Maybe
But
by the
when
end
is
of
your
this
birthday?
session.
Sorry?
When is your
7 May.
birthday?
7th of May.
Okay, 13th.
13th.
1 week almost.
Yeah.
The one who fights more. झगड़ा शुरू कौन करता है? मतलब झगड़ा कौन
Ask this
करता
question 3-4 times, you'll get a live example.
Just shut up.
You fight war. You fight war. You fight war.
You do. Fuck yeah, we are very both either very similar or
है? दोनों ही fight
We both
we
fight.
both fight, man.
Oh god.
We both.
Okay, who is the one who says sorry?
Can I take 2?
No, who says sorry the least?
Shut up. I
Who says sorry the
नहीं, you
least?
एक से एक तो tray हटा दी जाना. You are having this. No, I always say sorry. I always end up saying sorry.
I can believe that.
Seriously.
I can believe
Yeah.
that.
That's the best trait of an actor.
Shut up. ओए, hold on. पैसे लेती हूँ मैं एक्टिंग करने के. फ्री में नहीं करूँगी मैं.
हमने दिया ना कितना?
Hey,
Love.
man, this.
But you are the one. अरे but you are the one who says sorry more. Then he has to drink it. This I can agree. That
हम दोनों,
she
every time we
possibly
take
could
equal
say
number
sorry
of-
more. Who's the worst cook?
I can't cook.
What did you try making something for her?
Chai.
Chai and
Yeah.
And I'm very sensitive about my chai.
everybody is.
Very sensitive. जरा सी गोरी ज़्यादा हुई. I don't like it. जरा सी काली ज़्यादा हुई. This is specific.
I don't have the slightest inclination towards cooking. It doesn't come naturally to me at all.
Yeah, he's a restaurant.
And especially after the... So I can hire chefs. That's the...
क्यों खुद काम करे जब हायर कर सकते हैं? बट चाय जो बनाई थी वो कैसी थी? बहुत बुरी. क्या कम? मतलब what was?
नहीं,
I think चाय पत्ती भूल गया मैं. I don't know what.
नहीं, बहुत कम चाय पत्ती डाल.
इसका चाय में they have so much masala. It's like buncha of soup. I mean, chai is just one and grain of it.
Who is the biggest spendthrift? जो सबसे ज्यादा पैसे बकवास चीजों पे उड़ाता है?
ये.
What's the worst thing that he's bought, like a most useless expensive?
Wow, no
I will tell you.
clubs.
I will tell you. Charging cable cords.
What?
That's not worst.
That is worst. एक
That's
कितनी होनी चाहिए? 2,
हाँ,
3.
हाँ.
मैं तेरे सामने अभी 7 लेकर आऊंगी. 7, 8. Each for one room, each for one corner. गाड़ी में 3, 4.
No, I'm sitting. I have friends. We host friends. I want my phone to be charged. Someone else.
But I think that's okay.
I think the worst thing I realized, which I realized
fine.
only, forget her. Once I was just rearranging my drawers. I realized I have bought a device to make holes in the belt from Amazon. I don't even know why.
Holes in the?
Belt.
Belt वो
Belt के लिए होल
पंजा-
करा हुआ है ना,
पंजा
house का
डाला
होल वाला आता है ना.
But listen, it's very important. कभी
I-
कभी यूज नहीं किया है इसने.
कभी I'm like, why did I even buy it?
And he will shop for like on online shopping. एक तो इसको पता होना चाहिए कि इसके साइज का बहुत डिफिकल्टी होता है ऑनलाइन.
बट रिटर्न पॉलिसी भी होता है.
तो रिटर्न जाता ही नहीं है. I'm showing you so many shirts and t-shirts of his. Labels are intact and not been used since years.
But did you gift him anything which he had to return? Or vice versa? Did
नहीं
you?
बेचारा बहुत प्यार से यूज करता है. Even if it's not suiting him, he'll still.
मेरी
you know.
हिम्मत.
And what is the best thing that he's gifted you?
So there was this handmade sweater. People were like from the wool.
Oh.
ठीक है. And then वो इसने अपने रेस्टोरेंट में फ्ली मार्केट लगा हुआ था. इसने देखा कि oh this is so unique. ये मुझे लेना चाहिए. It is one of the most thoughtful gifts, but I don't know use it till now.
It's just one piece
Why?
in the world.
It's one piece in the world.
Because it's handmade. It's
Yeah.
not expensive.
Yeah.
But it's one piece.
It's
Someone's
an
effort.
That's
And
Torian
the best
for
thing,
you.
the best thing, he did not give me diamond. I get so angry when someone gives me diamond.
Why? It's a proposal?
I want my own. I will buy my own diamond.
But
So
proposal?
he knew. There's no diamond.
this is not diamond.
Strictly no diamond.
Who passes out after a few drinks?
Me.
After how many?
Show. Prove it.
Who is it who cannot keep a secret?
Who cannot keep a secret?
I don't remember secrets.
हाँ,
Then he
इसका-
keeps it.
I don't remember. I generally won't remember.
But you also can keep a secret, I feel.
To some specific people, like if you tell me something, उसमें कम से कम 2 लोगों को तो मालूम ही होगा.
सोहेल को बताओ.
नहीं, सोहेल नहीं. इसको मालूम ही रहता है. He knows.
Okay, who is so late that they are most likely to miss their flight?
I agree. जहाँ मैं agree करती हूँ, वहाँ मैं agree करती हूँ.
Okay, who is most likely to keep the AC remote at night?
सारा पी ले. I'm sick of
AC remote
that.
and fan regulator should be on my side.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, so I need AC and I need fan. I need AC at about 24 and fan at about 1 or 2. She can sleep in the morning in the sunlight on her without the AC and without the fan.
I cannot.
For me, if she turns off the fan when I'm sleeping, before the fan stops moving, I'll be up. That much I need that.
Is it painful?
It is. सुबह 6 बजे मुझे समझ नहीं आता.
That's marriage.
You want to go to the washroom? You like, पता है क्यों? जाना है इतनी जोर से. You have to go to the washroom also. Then you can't even move. तेरी body अकड़ी हुई है. You have to gather yourself and go to the washroom.
The last two, who's most likely to steal the blanket then?
पियो.
अच्छा, इसीलिए you will need the remote.
हाँ.
Because you have the blanket.
He will take it. जितना ये मेरे को प्यार में दिन में रखता है ना, उतना ही रात को नींद में. अरे, he will talk also in the night. He'll wake me up. He'll remember something. He'll talk. And then he
Which
will
I have no
also not
memory of.
remember. He has no memory of it.
Oh wow, who's most likely to snore? But it's a good balance. Half I think you drank.
Yeah.
Half I think he drank.
Yeah.
But all the secrets are out now.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll move on to the next segment. The next segment is actually a game. Okay, and you will get a hamper whoever wins. It's a competition between the two of you now. It's called Guess the Price. So now we have the final segment. It's called Guess the Price.
Okay.
It's a very cool segment. यहाँ पे घर गृहस्थी आप लोगों तो बहुत पहले ही चालू कर दिया. शादी हो गई अभी. Who does the groceries here? Oh, then you have higher chances of winning, but we'll
I
see
don't
because
know.
every time we have decided
I
that
don't
okay जो करता है वो जीतेगा. वो जीतते नहीं हैं.
अच्छा.
Sorry for not
नहीं, मुझे
boosting your
समझ आ
morale
रही
so
है,
much.
I know.
But definitely we'll show you household items. Actually,
Okay.
7 items. अब जो ज्यादा क्लोज बोलेगा,
Right.
okay, एक प्राइस बताना है आपको.
Right.
जो प्राइस क्लोजेस्ट होगा, that person will get that point.
Cool.
Out of 7, whoever gets 4 wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Give her the price only straight.
This is basically rice cracker, peanut mix. It is 18 grams. It's a small packet.
40.
40.
This must be around 170 and 60.
170 and you've said 40.
40.
Divya is far off. Divya, this is 20 rupees.
क्या?
And if this is your beginning, You clearly are proving us right.
My
She
God.
just likes expensive things.
That is true.
That's true. Wow.
true.
And now you know what will happen.
That's mine.
right? Yeah, but you know now, because of this one comment, they are gonna take this comment and add it to the whole thing. It's good to love expensive
Yes, I am expensive, that makes.
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
Yes, I do like it.
1-0, but you are क्या ही मतलब क्या ही बोलूं मैं?
Freaking hell.
Air freshener.
This must be 60.
60.
25.
25 and 60. This is you are far off.
Okay.
It's 80 rupees.
चलो ठीक है.
So
चलो.
one
तो ये
और-
जो ऐसे expensive राइस क्रैकर मैं नहीं खाती हूँ राइस क्रैकर यार. I thought it must be expensive.
Rice is not so.
I also don't eat
Rice
air freshener.
cracker, I don't know. No, rice, I know. I'm not.
170 is a little
You
far.
didn't crack it anyway.
It's really smaller packet. 1 all.
ये सब मुझे पता है.
You'll be shocked with few.
हाँ.
I know. This is jaggery. It's 300 grams of jaggery.
अच्छा.
300 grams.
Good.
Start.
Good.
No, why should I start always?
Well, I was saying.
Whoever says it first actually gets like a closer.
No. I think.
How much is it? How many grams?
300.
300 grams.
100.
80.
80. You're
100.
saying 80. You're saying 100.
Right.
Again, very far off, both of you. It's 249 rupees.
That makes me closer to it.
But he is indeed closer.
Fine.
I have a
2-1.
good choice.
अभी दिव्या को क्या हो गया ना, दिव्या बोलती है कि नहीं मैं थोड़ा कम बोलूंगी, मैं हर चीज में ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगी because I'm good. But that logic will not work. 2-1. Next. Okay. These are basically, I'm gonna show you what it is.
Just sealed.
These are basically, oh yeah, it's sealed.
So
Date bites. It's like
I
the
know,
date candies. These, okay. There are 10 units and it's 180
10
grams.
units.
350 rupees.
I think more than 400.
More than नहीं होता है ऐसा एक
400.
400 and you said
350.
it is exactly 400 rupees.
Wow!
Wow!
Yeah, good at dating.
2 all.
दुनिया की क्या जरूरत है मुझे? मेरे घर में ही ट्रोलिंग.
Yeah,
Of course, I had best of the dates with you.
2 all.
नहीं मारते थे ना. नहीं मारते थे.
2 all. She's possessive about Appu. 2 all. Okay. Next one. Let me give you the shocker a little later. This one. This is basically 200 grams of nuts and seeds.
Right. 300. 200 grams.
200
नहीं
grams.
फिर it must be around 500 rupees.
500.
400 rupees.
400 he said. 500 you are saying. It's 425 rupees.
Wow.
So he gets
it.
This is not coffee. This is coffee, but it's decaf. Okay. And it's 100 grams
550
of
rupees.
decaf. 550 rupees.
That was quick. Okay.
Hmm.
How many grams of this?
This is 100 grams and
100
decaf.
300.
He said how much?
500.
Are you sure? Are both of you sure?
No. We are never sure about it.
So do you want to change? Anybody
No.
want
I
I
don't
think-
even drink coffee. I have no clue.
500.
550.
300. Right?
Huh? Okay, नहीं 400.
You're saying how much? 550.
400.
How many grams you said?
100.
I'm
100
just trying to
grams.
pretend that I'm intelligent. How many grams you said? Sorry.
This is 100 grams.
Decaf Americano. How much you said?
700.
How much you said abhi last?
700.
700 rupiah. 300.
300 you've said. She said 700. This is 1100 rupees.
What?
I am just upset that she's got such something so expensive.
ये 1100 रुपए की कॉफी है.
हाँ.
और 400 वाले की विस्की है
ये decaf है.
वो चुप रहे.
And this is the last one, which is
So torrent pack का क्या हुआ?
excuse me.
हाँ,
We are
see,
just
तुम लोग
honest
become-
people.
Maybe he's.
Or who knows, he
Yeah,
might
he
win
was
this
not
one.
even-
You never
You
know.
don't know. Talking to big
Salt.
Wait.
This
Salt.
is salt. This is 1
This
kilo
is
of salt.
75 rupees.
Okay.
How much is it again?
1
1
kilo.
kg.
60.
60.
75, 60.
75. This is basically, that was 1100. This is 28 rupees and you do win it. Clearly, like,
इसमें सब
Still, सब मिला के भी इतना नहीं होगा.
हाँ यार.
history goes,
This is very curious.
Yeah.
it's decaf.
Decaf मतलब क्या होता है?
मतलब coffee without caffeine. So caffeine नहीं होता तो you don't have that mad rush, which is.
तो क्यों
quite-
पीना?
And also let me tell you that our common situation is still the same, that people who have done groceries, they still don't have a winner. And as usual, we have Appu as a winner. And you know what? It's a great thing because now what will you do? The Taurian has won.
The Torrens always win.
The truth
He's
always
got me.
surfaces.
He's
That's
got me.
true.
वो देख
That's
काली
true.
तेरे
I'm
को
giving
से.
you a high five. And here's your gift.
Hi. He has won me.
Yeah, that's true. But he has won us also over.
Oh.
Thank you for this lovely chat, and you definitely deserve
Thank
to
you.
win this.
How
This has a lot of
sweet.
goodies, and I hope you like it.
Wait.
Yes, we
And
do.
I just want to tell you that thank you. You just got married, and that gift is due, which I'm definitely gonna get and make and send it to you in a month. And he's already invited me, so I'm gonna be here
Okay,
and we are gonna
okay.
party.
Yes.
But thank you so much for doing this,
Thank you so
and
much.
it was really lovely talking to you.
Same here. We had fun. Thank you so much. Please
Yes.
watch out for Nayandeep. He's lovely.
Yes, it's quite an ensuk.
Hi, this is Divya Agarwal.
Hi, this is Apurva Padgaonkar,
You guys are watching Galatta India.
along with her.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.